Forgive me for how this part of the video is, me with my hair like this and the black shirt, because last week was so busy and so incredibly chaotic. I kept forgetting and then also didn't take much footage. So looks like I have two different problems. When my week gets really boring, I don't take any video, and then whenever my week gets really, really busy, I also don't take video. So yeah, that's going to be a problem I'm going to have to work on. But yes, so let's get into it. So I started 2 weeks ago off with data entry. At the start of last week, I also did data entry. And then we reorganized the barns and we put the pregnant ones, the ones we know that are pregnant, and the high productive group together, and we put everybody else in the middle barn. And we have a growing dry group and a to be bred young stock group in the breeding barn. Finishing off week 1, or 2 weeks ago, we did hay. Okay, so we decided to cut hay, and it is not looking like it's gonna be dry for when it needs to be for when the rain is coming. So my dad has decided that we are going to wrap it and have it as a wet product, I'm pretty sure. So off we go. Last week we moved goats into the lean barn here. So that pink group is originally from the coverall. And then we took all of the babies out of the wash bay and put them into the coverall. Then we poured concrete for what is the newest project, I would say, is what we would call it. And that is, we're adding another barn. It'll be a coverall barn, and I have yet to show you the full layout. However, what was poured last week was the pad I'm currently walking on. And then we also did the little water areas in between. And then later in the week we poured the slab that's back there. It's very similar to the pad I'm currently standing on. And we poured the waters for that side. And then this week coming, we're going to be pouring the top of the feed bunks. And we're doing something different than how our systems are set up in the actual main barns, because we want to see if that will work better for babies specifically, because this barn is supposed to be a young stock barn, which, by the way, is probably something that I didn't think we heard enough of, is that you will never have enough space when you start goat farming. Never. Ever, ever. You are always overflowing with something or something that's going on that needs its own space. So we found out very quickly that we have never had enough space for our babies. And the specific problem is also that teenage holdover group where they aren't ready to breed yet, but they still need a place to live, and you don't necessarily want to put them in the barn, and yada yada yada. So regardless, we're finally putting up a kid area. Yay! finishing off this last week, we also did hay. Alrighty, with all that said, next week looks like we're pouring concrete and doing basic cleanup and stuff like that, because I think we got through a lot of the mess that was the past 2 weeks. So we'll probably hit another patch of busyness, but it's just how life goes. So that's that. Moving on.